Okay, folks, it's good to be with you today, and I've learned a new trick here. I've learned how to watch my GoPro on my phone so I can see what I'm actually looking at, so it's pretty neat. Didn't know I could do that. So anyway, I was going to turn around backwards and face across the field, and just maybe you might see a deer over my shoulder, but that's not gonna happen. It was too dark in my face, so we'll just turn it around this way. But anyway, I hope and trust that you are having a good week thus far, and we want to say that we are real thankful for those of you that have just recently subscribed to our channel, and we hope and trust that we can somehow or another be a blessing to you and a help some way or another. And that's that's my prayer, that's our goal for this channel. And I thought if we can do anything, I love to help people, and I've always done that. Physically, I'm not quite as able to help in ways that I used to be, with my knees bothering me a lot and things like that. But anyway, we still try to help all that we can and all that we're able to. And to those of you that's been my loyal subscribers, that's been with me since the beginning, I appreciate you as well. And I want to say a big thank you to each one of you. And if you're watching today and you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoy this content that we have on here. We're doing gardening work. You might see us cooking. You might see us on our tractor doing little projects around here on the farm. And so there's just really no telling what you might see us into around here. And I really don't have nothing going on today. I've got several projects in mind, but it seems like, and I pulled up I was watching some of my videos through the summer, and I was constantly talking about rain. And that's just been this summer. I mean, it's just been rain, rain, rain. So anyway, I'm not going to make a full video about rain, but thankful we're getting the rain. But I would love to see it dry up enough to where we can do some projects around here. There's some stuff that needs to be done. But anyway, I'm going to get right on into the video. I want to talk to you today about a subject, and I've really not mentioned this on my channel thus far, but I want to talk to you today, or ask you today, on behalf of our country, to pray for our country. Here in just a few weeks or a few days, we will be having an election where we will elect a new president, we will elect new congressmen, new senators, and in some states, our state here, we will be electing our governor for another 4 years, or we'll be electing a new one. And this has nothing to do with which side of the aisle you're on. I'm not here to persuade nobody to go either way. That's not what this is about. I could get in on that, but I'm not going to, at least not yet. But I'm here today to ask you to pray for our land, pray for our leaders. That is Bible that we do that. And I still believe with all my heart that there's still enough Christians available that if we begin to pray in unison, that I believe God will have mercy on our land and spare us. Because, beloved, I don't care who goes in, whichever one is elected, we're going to have trouble. There's going to be fighting and fussing and turmoil on both sides, regardless. And so I'm asking that God might intervene. And I believe he's able. Matter of fact, I know he is. And he's done it before. And, you know, I love to read biographies of people. And I love to read people that came out of the Great Depression and people that came from that time in our history. And reading about little mothers and grandmothers that would start their day, excuse me, flies is out here, but would start their day by kneeling down behind a wood stove and praying that God would protect her son or sons while they were on the battlefield. And not only just that, but the sons would come home and testify to the fact that they knew their mother or their father or their grandmother or whoever. They knew that there were prayers being lifted up for them. And I take so much, that encourages me so much to read stories about that. And folks, God's not changed. God is still the same. That same God that worked those miracles back then is still able to work those miracles today. And so that's why I'm here today, is to ask you to pray for our land. I'm reminded of the story in Genesis where God went to Abraham and he said, I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And it broke Abraham's heart, and it breaks my heart to see what's taking place in our land today. And I'm not here to point fingers and say who's at fault. That's not why I'm here today. But the fact is, our land's in trouble. And to get back to Abraham, God went to Abraham and he said, I'm going to destroy it. And you know the story. Abraham asked God, he said, well, if I could find 50 righteous men, would you spare Sodom? And we all know the story. God said, yeah. And he got on down, 40 people, 30 people. Got on down to 10 people. Abraham said, well, if I can't find 20 people, I can't find 30, can't find 40 or 50. If I find 10 people in Sodom, will you spare Sodom? And God agreed to that. Sad part is he could not find 10 people. Now, what's that got to do with today? Well, I believe we can find 10 people that will agree together and touch God on behalf of our land. And you know, the Bible says in the book of James, he says, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Now there's a lot spoken in that one verse. So, you know, a righteous man. That means we need to be right with God. And if we're right with God, our heart's in tune with God. And I believe we can pray right. And I'm not going to get into that, but I still believe the book. And another thing, I'm going to leave you with this. Jesus said on one occasion, he said, in the world you shall have tribulation. That's a given fact. We know that. Because of our great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy Adam, we're going to live in turmoil on this earth till Jesus comes back. But he did not stop there at that verse. He said, but be of good cheer. He said, for I have overcome the world. Speaking of himself, he has overcome the world. So, beloved, our hope is not in this world. Our hope is not in who sits in D.C. Our hope's not who sits in our state capitol and in our legislature. Our hope's not in that. My hope's in the blood. And that's what my hope's in, and that's who my hope's in. My hope's in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I hope that yours is too. And so I invite you to pray with other Christians, not me. I'm not leading this by no means. I don't want to take no credit for nothing here. I'm just simply inviting you because I believe there are others that are praying. If it weren't for the hand of God, we'd been destroyed a long time ago. But folks, I want you to understand something. We're living in some of the most scariest times that's ever been known to man. And God is the only one that can help us. So that's why I'm pleading to you today on behalf of our nation and our leaders, our current leaders that we have. The Bible says prayers and supplications should be made for those that are in authority. I believe that, whether we agree with them or not. And I've got some that I don't agree with. And some, let that pass. And there's some that I do agree with, and those that I do, I still have some hesitation on some things, some issues, things that they do. But anyway, that's what I have today, folks, and it's not much, and we're going to get back to some other things here shortly. And I'm going to leave you with that thought today. And but just to say a few more things about the channel here, we're going to be having a drawing real soon. I hope that we're going to be able to celebrate 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and we'll be having a giveaway drawing. I've got something in mind that I'm thinking about giving away, and so that's my plan on that. And I'm trying to seek some counsel on how to properly do this. And so just bear with me and be patient with me. And also, I had another subscriber that mentioned this, and I'll pass this along too. We'll do a video in celebration of this. She's asking about the, or he, I don't remember which it was now, but they were asking about the chicken and dumplings. So we may do that as a celebration of 1,000 subscribers plus a giveaway. So I'll be saying more about that in the future on our next videos. And I'll have another video, Lord willing, coming out later on in the week concerning the garden, what it's looking like right now. Like I say, it's wet. We've had a tremendous amount of rainfall, so it's wet. So, but anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to close this out, and I appreciate you watching today, and please help us pray for our country. Thank you from Little North Carolina farmer. Thank you.